The feeder is full, but the bigger birds are still waiting. Then one tiny chickadee lands where everyone else hesitates. It looks fearless, but that is not really what is happening. If you know what to watch, chickadees show their plan. Before it touches the seed, it has already checked the exit. The first clue is not courage, it is noticing everything. Chickadees are curious, but their curiosity is always busy. Being small means they can use spaces bigger birds ignore. Watch the head turns before the hop toward food. A chickadee often tests the space with one quick hop. That quick hop matters because it can leave just as fast. Bigger birds may wait because their choices are heavier. The shrub behind the feeder is part of the invitation. For a wild chickadee, trust begins as a safe calculation. It may take one seed and vanish before you blink. The retreat is not failure. It is the routine working. One visit tells you little. The return tells you more. On the next pass, the pause may be a little shorter. Chickadees learn patterns in a yard faster than many people notice. Your quiet routine can become one more thing they measure. Same door, same slow steps, same feeder corner, morning after morning. At first, the chickadee may simply watch you finish. Staying in the shrub is already different from disappearing. The second clue is the scan after you move away. It watches where you went, then where it wants to go. A chickadee can make a tiny inspection without much commitment. Sometimes the others seem to wait for the tiny scout, not because it commands them, but because its choice is visible. A chickadee's boldness depends on what the air feels like. When it freezes, the whole yard may be listening. Silence is not empty when a small bird is deciding. Then one head turn releases the moment, and it moves again. The third clue is the test landing, never far from cover. That nearby branch may be more important than the feeder itself. Tiny feet let it hold places larger birds cannot use. If it chooses the same branch twice, pay attention. Chickadees do not just find food. They map possibilities. Their safest path is usually short, broken, and repeatable. Retreat is part of the trust, not the opposite of it. Many chickadees prefer to carry food back before eating. But the real test often happens when you step outside. The door, the steps, even the mug can become familiar cues. At first, it may hop deeper into the leaves. The best thing you do may be nothing sudden at all. A calm yard gives the chickadee time to compare. The clearest sign is not staying. It is coming back. A cautious chickadee can still be comfortable enough to try again. Their confidence is built from many small exits, not one big risk. Tomorrow, look first at where the chickadee waits. A closer waiting perch usually means the yard feels more usable. Then watch how often it checks behind itself. A shorter pause can mean the route has become familiar. After the seed, notice whether it returns to the same cover. Also notice how far you are when it tries again. If it leaves, let the yard settle before moving again. Chickadees notice when yesterday's harmless pattern happens again today. A moved chair can matter more than you expect. The chickadee may still come, but from a different angle. That is the chickadee's secret. Curious enough, but never careless. When the small bird succeeds, the yard begins to look safer. It does not prove danger is gone, only that the test passed. Its choices can change in a heartbeat if the yard changes. Even a squirrel on the fence can restart the whole scan. The chickadee checks the fence, the feeder, then the shrub again. Trust is not a straight line in a wild bird's day. But when it returns again, that repeated choice matters. You begin to recognize the little route before the bird takes it. That is when your backyard starts to feel quietly shared. The chickadee is not becoming a pet. It is reading a place. Being first to trust often means being first to test safely. It checks the feeder like a doorway, not a dining room. Food brings it close, but safety decides whether it stays. A feeder near cover often gets tested sooner than one in open space. But too hidden can also make the approach harder to read. The sweet spot is cover nearby, with a clear little path. The same pattern can happen at a bird bath. It may sip once, look up, and leave the rim. Later, it may stay for a second sip before retreating. Clean water, steady food, and quiet movement all become clues. Often, the chickadee trusts the whole situation before it trusts you. And then one morning, the tiny pause feels different. You step onto the porch, and it does not rush away at once. It still watches you, but it keeps its place. Then it takes the short path anyway. That is the beautiful part. It simply continues being wild. Look for the branch, the scan, the quick test, and the return. Tomorrow, your first chickadee may show you its whole map. What once looked like boldness was really a careful little plan. Your yard may already be earning these tiny tests every morning, and the smallest visitor may be the first to tell you.